one of the realest niggas in this shit, man. I got the motherfucking streets, nigga. I came in the game with everything. I motherfucking want, nigga. This shit about respect to me. Love to see when I walk up in the club, a nigga run up on me, tell me I'm the realest nigga living, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the realest nigga in it, you already know. Got Trap of the Year 4 times in a row. What they give? A lifetime supply, baking soda clientele. A rolling watch, 2 pots, and 3 scales.
Welcome to the channel. This is Cole in the SRT. If you're new to the channel, before we get this video started, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications, click the bell, watch the ads all the way through, watch the videos all the way through. For my subscribers that have been rocking with me for a minute, welcome back to the channel. Like I said, I'm gonna try to give you guys as much content as I possibly can. I do got a lot going on right now. I'm trying to get my hands in a couple of different other money moves and stuff like that. This is my first time recording at my house. I never recorded in my house, but I wanted to give you guys some content, man. So I get this question asked all the time. People ask me how much I paid for my chain, what made me come with the idea, how much time it took, how long it took. I get asked so many questions, and today I'm gonna answer those questions. Now, this is for motivation, no purposes only. I'm not stunning on nobody. This is just for all the people who, you know, when you work hard, you grind hard, you got certain things you want to buy. You gotta treat yourself. So it can be a car, it can be rims, it can be clothes, it can be shoes, it can be jewelry. This is a good investment piece as well. Not saying I plan on selling my jewelry or anything like that, but it's just a good investment piece as well. So if you guys like this video, then I'm gonna do another video showing more of my jewelry. But this is just one of my pieces of my jewelry. I haven't actually worn this jewelry in maybe about 6 months. I know in a couple of my recent videos, you guys probably haven't seen it on. But I be handling business a lot, so I don't really get a chance to go out for real, so ain't no point in me putting it on. But without further ado, we're gonna get this video started, man. Now, this is not the original case that it came in. It actually came in a little box, but the box broke. So I ended up getting this instead. So we gonna open this up. I'm gonna let you guys know how much I paid for everything. Stuff like that. Now, we're gonna start with this last. So this is the chain right here. It's rose gold, as you guys can see. Just a rose gold rope. It's really like a better quality rope. You got the real thin ropes, but when I got this rope, it was like more princess cut. So when it's like this, it's like princess cut. So it's just more heavier. And I didn't want the little thin kind of baby ropes, so I got this one, which is really temporarily, for real. I supposed to got some else, but this is temporarily. But this is a rose gold chain, 14 karat gold, 14 karat rose gold, however you want to call it. It was actually longer than this, so I think this is maybe about, when I got it, it was like 20 inches, 20 or 18 inches or something like that. But I got it cut because when I put the chain on, I wanted to sit at like a certain place on my chest. So I got it cut down to about 16 inches, I think. So it's between 16 to 18 inches. But when I bought it, I think it was like 20 inches. So I got it cut down to about 16 to 18 inches. So this is my rose gold rope chain. I got this from Hutch. Everybody should know about Hutch. If you're in the city of Detroit, you know about Hutch. RIP to Hutch Jewelers. They on Greenfield Road in Southfield, Michigan. They do all custom work, you know, from watches to chains to bracelets to earrings, to glasses. They do pretty much everything. So this one, I got my chain. I got this chain I think I got this chain in either 2020 or 2021. So between 1 to maybe 2 years ago, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I had it for a little minute. I think I got it actually kind of around the pandemic time a little bit. For this chain alone, I think I paid like $1,600 just for this little piece right here. So about $1,600 for this. I think he gave me a deal on it a little bit, because the original price I think was between $18 to maybe $2,000 or something like that. So I paid about $1,600 just for this, just for the chain by itself, man. Like I said, I like it. I like how it look. It's thicker. And it just look good on the chest. It look good in white, black. Pretty much no matter what you put it on, but people who got jewelry, you know, you got a white t-shirt on or a black t-shirt on, it just gonna stand out. It's gonna look a little better, man. So This is the chain. Paid $1,600 for it. Rose gold, 14 karat. Now, we gonna get to this piece right here, as you guys can see. See the clarity in it. And if you look at the back, you see it got HJ, which stands for Hutch Jewelry. Right there in the middle. Now, this piece right here, this whole chain right here in general, it mean a lot to me, man, because when I got this chain, one of my neighborhood friends was coming home. He had did some time, so he was coming home, and I wanted to have my jewelry made for his homecoming. So I wanted to make sure it was made, and they had a lot of jewelry that was getting made during that time. A lot of people was coming there getting custom chains made, and I didn't think they was gonna have any time, because every time I called to check in, they kept telling me that a couple more weeks, 1 more week, 2 more weeks, but they was just swamped with work, man. So I think they was just telling people anything during that time just to make them think that they, you know, speeding the process up. But it's all good. So this chain meant a lot. I worked hard. I grinded hard for this chain. I ain't gonna lie. I put a lot of work in to get this chain, man. I had a whole bunch of small little jewelry pieces, like back in the days when people was wearing the small little jewelry pieces. I had a whole bunch of those, and I ended up selling them. So this was like my first real big boy chain, like stepping it up from the little small chains, though. So this right here is rose gold and white gold. So if you see, it's rose gold right here with the white gold handle, rose gold and white gold, VVS's revolver chain. So this gun is a revolver. And I ain't want it all gold. I ain't want it rose gold. A lot of people, like when I wanted to get my chain made, so I was like, a lot of people when they get chains made, it normally be all gold or it be all white gold. Now all gold and all white gold is cool. I really probably prefer all white gold over all gold. But a lot of people had all gold or they had white gold. So I wanted to like make mine a little different. So I wanted, no matter what chain I got, I wanted it to be two-tone. So which mean I wanted it to be rose gold and white gold. And I wanted everything bust down. The only thing that's not bust down is the back, obviously, as you can see. It wouldn't have really made no point for me to get the back bust down unless I would have got a chain that can spin. But for the most part, when I got the chain made, I told them that I wanted everything on the chain bust down, from the pendant or from the hook part, this is the pendant, this is the hook part. So actually it's called the bell. So from the bell down to the actual chain, I wanted everything bust down with all VVS. I didn't want no SIs. Shout out to the people who got SIs. I just wanted all VVSs. So that's how I wanted to do it. Now, what made me go with this chain, it's a funny idea actually, with this pendant, is that I first seen this pendant on a cake. So I seen a cake. The cake was like chocolate and vanilla or something like that. But it had this gun on it. Now, during the time, I didn't know what type of gun this was. I thought it was a Magnum gun. But I saw this gun on the cake. And I was like, dang, I wonder how that look if I get that switched into an actual chain. So I looked up a couple of different guns so I could try to figure out what type of gun it was on the cake. And the two guns that popped up that was close to it was a Magnum, if I'm pronouncing it right, and a Revolver. So I would have went with either or, but I went with the Revolver because the Revolver looked more like the image that I seen on the cake. So that's the one I went with. So when I went to the jewelry store, I told them like, you know, I showed them the cake, I showed them the image, like I want a chain or a charm made exactly like this image that's on the cake. He wrote out the mold and stuff like that, came up with the design. Once he wrote the mold out, it gave me an idea on how, you know, it was gonna come out. And next day he asked me, you know, how much I wanted it bust down. I told him I wanted the entire thing bust down. So that means that we put all VVS's all in here, all over here. We put VVS's all over here. This whole thing, even on the trigger part right there, if you see, even that's bust down. So we bust down pretty much everything that we could bust down, even right here. So you see, everything on this chain is completely bust down. And that's how I wanted. I didn't want to go half step. I wanted to go big. So they gave me a couple of different options. So you had like a small pendant, you had a medium pendant, and you had like a large pendant. So it was one smaller than this that was too small. Then it had a bigger one, which the large one, it probably would have been probably like this big. from here. So the nose probably would have got out to here. Now that wasn't too bad, but I didn't want it really that big, but I wanted it noticeable. And I think to get it that big, it was gonna cost like maybe about 20K or something like that. So that's what I went with, man. So like I said, I think personally, I think this is actually one of the hardest chains in the city. If I, it's a lot of people that got cold chains, cold jewelry. But I think this was like a special cold piece though, for real. Cause don't nobody got nothing like this. That's bust down and that's rose gold and white gold and that's Revolver. So I really think I got the coldest, or had the coldest pendant in the city when it comes to this particular chain. Now, price wise, so I don't quote me, but I want to say I paid anywhere between $13,500 to $14K just for this alone. So $13,500 to $14K. So what I mean by that is $13,500 to $14,000. So we're gonna say maybe about $14,000 just for this pendant by itself, to get it made, to two-tone it rose gold and white gold, to bust it down, to bust the bell down. Originally, this bell really is supposed to have been a bullet. So it's supposed to have been like this. It's supposed to be bust down, but it's supposed to have been a bullet. But I don't know what happened, man. Like I said, it was taking a long time to make this, and I think they was gonna probably take a little bit longer to make the bullet. So I just went with this one instead. But yeah, this whole piece right here was about $14,000. And I like it, man. Like I said, every time I put this chain on, it turned heads. When I got it on, it just speak. Like when you see this chain, you know it's like it's a cold piece. So $14,000 for this, and I said about $1,800 I think for this. So all together, about $15,000 total for the chain, man. So around $14,000 for this. Actually, my bad. Correct me. So about $14,000 for this, $1,800 for this. So we actually about $16,000, between $15,000 to $16,000, give or take, for this whole piece, man. So like I said, this for the people who wanted to know, you know, what type of diamonds I had in my chain and stuff like that, and why I went with this chain, man. So I like it a lot. This piece means a lot to me. I'm actually gonna put it on for y'all so y'all can see like where it sit at. So when you get a chain made, you don't want it like too long, but you don't want it too short. I'd rather have it short than long. So I'm gonna show you guys how it looked when I got it on. So you see this where it hit it? It sit like just right. So obviously, you know, like I said, you don't want it long, you want it short. So you can get it shorter than this. It all depends on where you want to sit or how big you is. But you see, it sit on my neck perfectly, perfect, fit perfect. It look good. See how it's hitting a little bit, man. So yeah, man, this is the piece. Like I said, this piece means a lot to me. And, you know, I don't gotta do this, but I'm gonna do this anyway, just in case there's some haters out there, man. Anybody who know Hutch, if you go on Hutch page, scroll all the way down, you're gonna see this on there. What we gonna do? We're gonna sit there right there and let y'all look at that one more time. And we got that bust down too. That's like the little other part that come on the gun. So you see that's all bust down. Now